My name is AJ and this is my channel, Commotion EDP. Welcome or welcome back. Today I'm going to do a June fragrance tray recap. I'm going to keep it short and sweet, so I'm not going to go through all of the notes and details on the fragrances, but I'm just going to kind of recap what I wore during the month of June, how it worked out in terms of with the temperature changing, and if there were any standouts for me this month. Okay, so let's start just in no particular order. I'm just going to go from left to right. Phlur Honeymoon. So this one for me was a new and never really used. I got this during the Sephora sale. And so I really didn't get a lot of wear out of it yet, but I thought that this would be a good time to wear it. It is definitely a light honey scent, and so it worked well with the warmer weather. I don't know if I'll enjoy it as much in like the real heat of summer, but at the beginning of June it was actually really nice. So YSL Libre, I don't know if it's Libre or Libre, I hear it so many different ways, but this is the Flowers and Flames. It has a pretty large projection in sillage, and just for the fact that I was at work all month, it just never felt appropriate to wear. So hopefully I'll have a special day or night out this summer that I will finally get some use out of it. So I'll put this to the side. This is Vilhelm Moon Carnival. And this is a really beautiful white floral fragrance. Some might call this a floral gourmand, but it truly is a white floral sweetened with a little bit of marshmallow. Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. It's such a gorgeous fragrance. You start off for sure with white floral, I believe it's tuberose, and it also has a note of passion fruit, so it begins to sweeten up, slightly tart, but more so this sweet kind of fruity scent comes in, and then it's sweetened by this fluffy marshmallow, but it's definitely not a gourmand. It's just a enhanced tuberose, and I really enjoy wearing this, and I think this is a great spring and summer fragrance. This one was, I think, in the category of wanting to either forgotten bottle or wanting to make a dent in it. So I got this one, I think about a year and a half or 2 years ago now. This was one of the first designer fragrances that I bought when I was getting into perfumes, and I hadn't reached for it in a while, but wearing it over this month, I fell in love with it again. The opening has, I forget what they call it, the note, but calypsone or something, but it's some kind of like watermelon accord, and it's just really gorgeous on the skin. You shouldn't overspray it, and I think that's what I was doing. I think I was spraying it on top of it, like spraying once and then spraying in the same spot twice, and I'm learning that you can't do that with every fragrance. Some fragrances that works, but that doesn't work for everything. So I really enjoyed wearing this one. I'll move on to this one. This is Kilian's Princess, or I don't need a prince by my side to be a princess. This was definitely my bedtime cozy relaxing scent for sure. That's the category this one was in. This is another scent with marshmallow in it, but this is kind of fresh. It has a matcha note in it and ginger, and that creates this ever so slightly spicy yet green and fresh marshmallow. So it doesn't go fully warm or fully gourmand. It's just this nice, fresh, fluffy fragrance, and it is great for relaxing. Just taking another sniff of it. Really love this one. Okay, I'll talk about these two together by We the People, which may just be one of my favorite brands right now to come out with fragrances. These are two fragrances from their newest launch, Window Fruit and Caribbean Skin. So for Caribbean Skin, this was an easy everyday reach. This one has notes of tamarind and calamansi, musk in the base, and it is just this amazing tart skin scent. They do describe it as a tart musk, and when I first read that, I was a little bit afraid, like, what? Tart musk? That's crazy. But no, it's so invigorating when you come out of a hot shower and it's a hot day and you just need to be refreshed. This works perfectly. And the perfumer and CEO, Karen Young, I believe her name is, she created this line to layer together, and it's not a gimmick. Like she's not playing. Like these layering all of those fragrances together, and they really work so beautifully together, and they're great on their own. This one is Window Fruit, and this one I felt was the safest in terms of a blind buy of her newer fragrances. And this has notes of guava and pear. I believe it has coconut in it, but it's fresh, it's juicy, and it dries down to a sweet musk. But I will say it's the least interesting of her newer fragrances. Like everything else, like by far surpasses this for me, but I am playing around with this, especially I'm now beginning to layer it with her other fragrances to see if I enjoy it more. Harlem Perfume Co. Billie. This one is absolutely gorgeous. So this has a lot of notes that I'm familiar with. For example, coconut. I have a lot of coconut in my collection. I forget what some of the other notes are, but I remember that it's a lot of familiar notes. And then the note that I'm not used to that stands out is gardenia. If you know anything about Harlem Perfume Co., her fragrances are inspired by the Harlem Renaissance and the different historical figures of that time. And so this is after Billie, named after Billie Holiday, and gardenia is the hero note in this, like the gardenia in Billie's hair. And it's just such a beautiful, oh my God, it's such a beautiful floral fragrance. For me, it's unique to my nose. I don't have anything else in gardenia in it. And it lasts all day. It projects beautifully, and it's just a gorgeous fragrance. Okay, and then my last full bottle that was on my list, on my tray this month, was House of Beau Xuxu, which I have talked about before. I like to keep it in this little dust bag. But this one is such a refreshing fragrance. It's definitely an easy everyday fragrance if you want to spray it like that. I'm not even waiting for a special occasion. I'm wearing my stuff. Everyday special. But I really, really enjoy this one. And I've talked about it before at length, but the champagne, the macaron, the blackberry, the vanilla in the base, it's such a pretty, uplifting fragrance. And this does last a long time. Okay. And I want to make sure that I'm getting wear out of my travels, even when I'm not traveling, as well as my samples. I don't have any samples on this tray right now, but here are some of the travels that I wore this month. Bitter Peach, Fragrance Oil. I forget what this company is called, by Fragrant Body Oils. So this is inspired by Tom Ford's Bitter Peach, which I have had the pleasure of sampling as well, and it's spot on. And this is gorgeous. It projects, it lasts all day. I first smelled this on a coworker, and I wasn't standing. I was like in front of her, but I wasn't standing close to her. And this thing was just projecting like crazy off of her. I was like, what are you wearing? And so she put me onto this, and I really enjoy it. This is my decant of Greenwich Village by Bond Number 9. And this is one, I think I got this from, fragrance.com. This is one that was kind of on the chopping block for me. I remember when I first smelled it, I was like, this is what people are so excited about. However, I smelled, I think my friend was wearing Baccarat Rouge, and people also compared this fragrance to that. They say that it has similarities, and she wore it in June, so on a hot day, and it was really, really nice on her. And I was like, okay, let me go back to this and try it in the hot weather. And honestly, this performed beautifully, and I really enjoyed it. And that's why I say you have to try things more than one time, and you also need to try them in different settings and different temperatures and things like that. Okay, this is 14 Carats by Heretic. And this is I guess, in the new category, and I really wanted to get a chance to wear it before it got too hot. This has carrot as definitely as a top note. I think there's cinnamon in it, but it definitely dries down to a spicy musk, and it is such a beautiful fragrance. It's definitely unique for my collection. I don't have anything else with carrot in it, and it's a photorealistic carrot smell, so I really do enjoy that. This was strong. This was very strong. It lasted all day. Heretic's fragrances are plant-based perfumes and made out of like a high percentage of natural materials, and I really enjoyed wearing this. But I will say that my nose kind of like, I had like a slight allergic reaction to it. It felt like my nose glands were swelling up. When I try it again, I won't spray as much, and I definitely won't spray it by my neck because it is a very strong fragrance. Blanche by Byredo is another example of a fragrance where I say you got to try it more than once. I think it was literally the third try where I was like, okay, I get the magic. And that was me like setting this down for several months and then finally trying it again. The first time that I smelled it, I was like, people like this? This is a cult favorite? Like, this is crazy. But no, I really enjoy that clean aldehydic, clean laundry smell. It's great. It's great on a hot day. It's great when you're just running around and you just want to smell fresh and clean. You don't want to do too much. Really enjoy this, and this worked great in the month of June. This is Boy Smells Violet Ends, and this is one that I did not get around to wearing in June, so I will definitely revisit it later. And this is Chris Collins, and I'll just kind of start my standouts right now with this one. This is a standout fragrance, so this is a travel size. I'm already halfway done, and this is only the beginning of the summer, and I'm like, what am I going to do without this one? I might just have to get either another travel size or at some point get a full bottle, but this one is gorgeous. So when I first tried this, I was like, like, no, this is super basic. That's what I felt when I first smelled this. This activates in the heat like nothing else in my collection right now. At least nothing that I can think of right now. The way this activates in the heat. So it starts off with this kind of clean solar scent. And it's also juicy. It's not sweet and juicy. It's photorealistic juicy. I believe it's mango and papaya as the top note. So it starts off like that. So you get this clean, solar, refreshing scent with the juiciness. And then I think it's frangipani. I don't remember what the floral is in this, but the sandalwood takes over and it becomes this clean, creamy, airy fragrance, and this thing lasts. And I wore this to Dorney Park on a trip with my students, and I don't know, I started my day at 5 a.m., whatever time I started my day, and ended my day around midnight. And I won't say that it lasted till midnight. I don't remember that, but I do know for sure that this was projecting throughout the heat of the day till the end of the day, at least when I was getting on the bus to go back home. So this is a really great summer fragrance, and you gotta let it do its thing in the heat. So this was definitely my standout. I think I wore this the most this June, and I would say, what else did I wear a lot? Probably this one, Caribbean Skin. Definitely wore this one a lot. This is so refreshing. It's just such an easy reach. When it's hot, it's like, okay, let's do this. Yeah, this is my June fragrance tray recap. I'm not too sure what I'll do for July. I might just kind of put all of my summer fragrances out on the tray and go from there, because I want to make sure that, you know, I fully utilize, you know, all of these great summer fragrances. All right, so that's my video for today. Please subscribe and like. Again, this is AJ from Commotion EDP, and I will talk to you next time.